Early life and restlessness. 1911 to 1920s. Born Norman Keith Collins on January 14, 1911, in Reno, Nevada, the man who would become known as Sailor Jerry was restless from the start. As a teenager, Collins left home and hitchhiked across America. His rebellious spirit and hunger for experience were trademarks of the time. This was post-WWII America, and hobo culture was in full swing. During his travels, he learned how to tattoo using hand tools from older vagabonds. He was stationed mainly in the Pacific, where he came into contact with Asian cultures, symbolism, and art styles, particularly Japanese tattooing. He developed a reputation for clean lines, solid colors, and deep symbolism, everything from ships and snakes to eagles and pin-up girls. The precision, detail, and meaning behind traditional Japanese body art deeply influenced him. These primitive methods and rough designs sparked his early fascination with body art. By the time he was 19, Collins had already found his first mentor, Tattoo Joe in Chicago, who introduced him to the world of electric tattooing, too, the Navy and global influence. In the late 1920s, Collins joined the U.S. Navy, a decision that would define the rest of his life. These experiences laid the foundation for his unique tattooing style, a fusion of bold American iconography with Japanese techniques and aesthetics. Under the alias Old Ironsides, he ran a late-night radio show in Honolulu where he shared jazz records and fiercely patriotic, often controversial opinions. His identity was tied to the sea just as much as to the tattoo chair. His deep distrust of authority and outspoken nature made him both admired and criticized. At the age of 62, before his death, he had made it clear, if none of his protégés wanted to take over his shop, it would be burned to the ground. Mike Malone stepped in and carried on his legacy instead. 3. Honolulu and the rise of a legend. 1930s to 1973. After leaving the Navy, Collins settled in Honolulu, Hawaii. At the time, it was a key port for the U.S. military, and tattoo parlors near naval bases were booming. He opened a shop on Hotel Street, which quickly became one of the most famous tattoo studios in the world. In the early 2000s, his name was licensed to create Sailor Jerry Spice Drum, which helped introduce his brand to a new generation. His client base, sailors, soldiers, and Marines looking to mark their travels, loyalties, or heartbreaks. This is when he fully embraced the nickname Sailor Jerry. It became both his alias and his brand. But as a man who lived life by his own code, rebellious, principled, and completely uncompromising, his work emphasized clarity, craftsmanship, and symbolism, and his standards of sanitation helped push the industry into a more legitimate space. He innovated tattoo safety, being one of the first to use autoclaves to sterilize equipment and develop custom-made pigments that were both safer and more vibrant. He also mentored younger tattoo artists, most notably Ed Hardy and Mike Malone, who would go on to become major figures in tattoo culture themselves. For beyond ink, music, radio, and patriotism, Sailor Jerry wasn't just a tattoo artist, he was a musician, writer, and radio host. He also taught himself sailing and navigation, spending time at sea, and even writing about the art of seamanship. 5. Death and posthumous legacy. Sailor Jerry died suddenly of a heart attack on June 12, 1973. In the years following his death, Sailor Jerry's legend only grew. His designs became blueprints of classic American tattooing. 6. Artistic legacy and cultural impact. Sailor Jerry helped transform tattooing from back alley stigma into a respected, global art form. Today, Sailor Jerry is remembered not only as a founding father of American traditional tattooing,